What's up, natural bodybuilding world? John Bossy here with Inside Natural Bodybuilding at the 2014 NGA Utah Spring Show, and I'm here with Cherise DeWitt. Cherise just won the Figure Open overall. Cherise, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Stoked.
Awesome. And due to my hip surgery, I actually missed the show she was just in up in Idaho. But tell us, for the listeners that are not familiar, how your most recent show went.
My most recent show I did in Idaho Falls, the Rocky Mountain show, and I placed fourth. So.
And then that's in the medium, tall, or?
That was in the tall category. They were combined, but yeah, I usually am medium, and then they combined them. So.
Neat. So then, what did you do to kind of hold your conditioning for the couple weeks to get ready for the show?
Well, I did have a few cheat meals. I'm not gonna lie, but I just keep hitting at the gym and keep my diet tight, low carb, and then right before a show, my body responds really well to carbs. Mm-hmm. So I do tend to do like a carb load a couple days before.
Nice. So did you use the same carb load for the show a couple weeks ago and this one, or?
I did not.
Cool. Tell us more.
Well, I had finished that show and got fourth, and then I had my few cheat meals, and then my body started really tightening up and looking better, and so my coach put me on a low-carb diet for 3 days, and then we experimented and had another cheat meal, and I looked really good, so that's kind of how we figured out how to do the carb load a couple days before, because my body just takes a little bit longer to soak it in.
Yep.
So I think that's why I placed better this time as well. So
very cool. So you feel like you had a little bit of a fuller look this time then?
Definitely.
Nice. So basically it sounds like you had 2 weeks, and rather than simply just diet like total, like all the way through, you kind of use that as time to experiment to find the approach.
I used it a little bit to experiment and just maintain. I had the figure before, it just wasn't, I didn't have the carbs to fill out. So I'm definitely fuller for this show than the last.
Very cool. So what's the plan moving forward? Will we see you in the show in Draper in May, or?
Yeah, you will. I'll be here in May, Draper. I was planning on it. And I'm kind of looking into doing Figure America in November. So,
very cool.
Be exciting.
Where's that contest?
In Vegas.
Nice. And so I'm actually not familiar with that. Who puts that show on?
I'm not sure. I just barely thought this up today. So I don't really know a whole lot about it. My coach just mentioned it to me and sounded fun.
Awesome. So tell us about your coach. You've mentioned this person a few times.
Kathy Everton. She's awesome. She's the best, I think. So, and she's helped me figure out what works for my body and kind of told me everything to do. So
awesome. And did you use her in previous years for shows, or is this your first year?
This is my first year. I haven't done figure shows longer than a year, but every show I've done with her.
Awesome. And so do you think that helps? Is that something you'd recommend to someone in terms of like the coach-client relationship, learning each other and the body and things?
Definitely. I think it helps to have somebody else watching your body as well as you, because we look at ourselves in the mirror every day. And so it helps to have a outsider's view to see what's going on.
Definitely. And do you feel like you guys, like the relationship is stronger now, like you're able to better kind of fine-tune things than maybe when you first started? And so maybe there's some advantage if the relationship's going well to sticking with a coach for a long period of time? Or?
Yes, I do. Because then they just get to know you better, your body better. Mm-hmm. And it always helps to have a coach help with posing. We've changed my posing several times just because I bring a different package each time. Mm-hmm. And so changing little things helps. Cool.
So maybe for some of the other figure competitors out there watching that are working on kind of these little subtle posing tweaks, could you maybe give like an example or two of something that you did that kind of suited the physique that you're bringing at that time?
Yeah. My front pose this time we kind of changed just to bring, I've developed holding that lat pose a little bit better, and so I can bring my shoulders or my elbows be a little softer this time. So that's one example, I guess. But
cool. And so what are things that you think moving forward that you need to work on that will kind of bring a better physique show after show and really, help take you further in the sport?
For me, I think trying to live a healthy lifestyle all year round will be better for me. I like to splurge, but I think it's important not to get carried away so that you can stay on more of the leaner side, especially for an NGA show, because you don't have anything to really help you cut down super fast. So I think it helps to stay a little leaner, because each time you get lean, you lose a lot of muscle. So I think the leaner you stay, the less muscle you're going to lose in the long run.
And is that something that you'd say this year you've done more than past years, or
Say that again.
like that this year that you stayed a little leaner in the off season going into these shows in previous years?
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
Very cool. All right. Well, after the Figure America, any more shows, or we think that's going to be it for the year?
I'm going to do this forever, probably.
Awesome. Cool. So what's your favorite thing about the sport? You seem really excited and fired up about it, which fitting given that you just won.
My favorite thing about the sport, it's just so rewarding. That's my favorite part, is that it's rewarding. It's hard, but it's rewarding.
And do you feel maybe like that it translates over into other areas of life and that's why you like it so much, or not
Yes,
necessarily?
I'm
Or
a personal trainer, so it definitely helps me to do shows, and people want to train with you because, you know, you do well, or you do shows and, you know, they think you know what you're doing. So it helps in all areas.
And each time you do learn more and more about what you're doing, right?
Oh, yeah. And it's an experimentation, really, with the body. Everybody's body is different. They respond differently to different things, and so it's an experiment.
Awesome.
Keep on learning.
Very cool. Is there anyone you want to thank real quick before we roll out?
My coach, Kathy Everton. She's the best. And my husband, Nate.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is John Boss here with Charisse DeWitt at the 2014 NGA Utah Spring Show with Inside Natural Bodybuilding. Thanks for watching.